The views expressed on this episode, as with all episodes of We Hate Your Baby Daddy, are based solely on our personal opinions and shit we heard in the streets.
The content here should not be taken as indisputable fact. This show is for entertainment purposes only, so enjoy and don't come for us.
Welcome back to another episode of We Hate Your Baby Daddy with Bree and D.
Hello.
So today we're going to talk about really Aubrey. You know, Aubrey Graham is his real name. But before we get into that, we had an episode about some baby daddies. It was like multiple baby daddies we talked about. One of them was Blueface, the final boss of baby daddies. And recently we saw in like the celebrity gossip news, like Krishan, who is his baby mama, has officially lost her fucking bird brain mind.
I told you guys that she was hopeless. You didn't want to believe me. It's like, oh no, believe her. No, she's
Everybody,
lost it.
everybody, including me, was like, "No, it seems like she's gonna stand on business." She like moved into her own place. I'm laughing because she had like a picture of a moving truck. She's like, "I'm moving back in with Daddy. Daddy's in jail, babe. Blueface has been in jail for quite some time."
Didn't you send me that? And you were like, oh, she's moving into him with jail. And I'm like, well,
Yes,
she's gonna be biting ankles, and he's gonna be grabbing his ankles in there. And that's like, I can just imagine them as like a powerful duo in jail.
it's gonna be cracking and active.
She's gonna be cracking. He's gonna be active.
I just
Disgusting.
love that. And she got another Blueface tattoo. Did you see that? It's like on her
Yeah.
face. You saw
Blue
that?
face on her face.
It's
Blue
on her
face.
act like she got a face tattoo. Some tattoo artists out there should go to fucking prison because I mean it's big. It's like her
It
whole
was so
fucking face.
funny. That was so fucking funny because then she was like, I'm standing on business. I'm growing up. And didn't she take it off of her neck? And she just moved it up. You
Right. And it
goofy
looks
asshole.
worse. It looks less
And he's
like
looking
him.
right at you.
The neck
At least with
one
your
looks
neck,
like
you can
him.
like do this. You can't do anything about that. There's not even a hairstyle that you can hide him.
No, absolutely not. And it's like it looks less like him. It looks like somebody else. Like it looks like a bad like artist rendition of what Blueface looks like.
You know who it actually looks like? It looks like one of the Wyan brothers. With like a really
It
bad
does. The way
face.
it's done is actually we gotta post this in our visuals so people can see.
It looks like them.
So bad. I mean, honestly, I don't know what tattoo artist in their right fucking mind would be like, this is what you want. It's huge, dude. Like it's huge. When I saw that, I almost was like, this can't be real. It can't.
You know what's sad too? I am gonna bring this up. If you notice in the video where she's like showing it off, she is completely and totally intoxicated. She's
Right,
not
which
sober while doing that. She's completely intoxicated. Like she's not a little
exactly, which that's
tipsy. She's
illegal.
laying out.
Yeah, she's crashing out hard.
I feel bad for
And
her kid. Everybody's like, "Oh my
right.
God, Krishan! Oh my baby Krishan!" I'm like,
Hell
there's
no.
a
That
kid involved in this shit now. Like nobody cares about the baby that she was dragging around. Like me got the baby by his fucking like poor
holding it by
little
its
bear
ankle.
costume. Yeah. Like
Oh
that.
my
Wait, do you remember
goodness.
that little girl from Looney Tunes that had the little blonde curls and she would like
Oh,
squeeze the kids? That's how she was with that poor baby.
I'm scared for that baby. I hope like one of their parents. I mean, I know not Carlissa, but maybe her. No, no. Because actually, yeah, their parents raised them, so we probably don't want. Yeah, you're right. Never mind.
It's seeped. That family is. Oh my God. I mean, like, I hate to say it, but I think that baby's best bet is probably to be for the state. Honestly, if they weren't famous
Girl,
or rich, that baby would be in state custody right now. Like, let's be honest. Like, if they didn't have money and they weren't
absolutely,
on Zeus TV, that baby would be in state custody and probably would be in better hands. Like,
absolutely.
this isn't all an act. This all can't be an act. Let's
It's
be
not.
honest.
It's never been an act.
No.
Like he's trash. He's trash. Like,
No, we're not. We're
right?
not sticking to that. We hate baby daddies, but we hate child endangerment. almost as much. So we're not matching up for Sean. Sorry, no.
You know, I have another baby daddy update too. Did you see Boosie is dating a girl that's like 20 years old? Did you see that?
You showed me against my will. Yeah, it was ugly.
Oh,
I wish I didn't see it.
everything I've learned
Poor
about
girl.
Boosie has been against my will.
Why does he shout so? He shouts everything.
Really, that's everything. So this girl, she was like, me and Boosie, we've been going together, and age ain't nothing but a number. And you're like, you hoes out here just jealous. And I'm like, so if you've been together all this time, this 20-year-old little girl, I mean, is she 20? I think she's young. She's really young. I think there's a 20-year age difference. I don't remember what her age is.
Either way, a 20-year age gap is just as good as dating someone like
Disgusting.
20. That's disturbing. He's old.
Disturbing. And she was like, you guys are all jealous. And I was like, baby, nobody's jealous. You're with Boosie. You're with Boosie, Vay Dyken, badass. No one's jealous.
What's there to be jealous about? Like, does Boosie even have like that much money
I
to
don't think
like
he
be
does.
bragging about?
He sits on TikTok and Instagram yelling all day. And if they've been together all this time, like she said, he's had babies on her. So
Oh my God, he
yeah,
has.
chronologically,
Wait a
right,
minute. Let me do the math.
right.
I was the one that read the baby names. Wait a minute. He absolutely has.
So I'm like, what are you bragging about? I was literally watching. I had to rewatch it because I'm like, ain't no way somebody's real life bragging about being with Lil Boozy badass Bay Dyken.
That's insane. I can't.
Disgusting.
I just can't believe you keep saying they dyken. Like that's
That's all I can think about every time I look at him. Even before the comments he made about the color purple, all I can hear. That's the only song I know by him is They Dyken and They Like It. It was kind of a
it's just
pop
going in the
moment.
back of your head. Yeah, it's always in the back of Bree's head. They
It
dyken
always.
and they like him.
And like you have like intrusive thoughts at like 2 a.m. You sit up in bed. Like two red bones kissing in the backseat.
Just mumbling that in the middle of the night. Two red bone.
Two red bones kissing in the backseat. I can't sleep.
No, that'll be you like once you get older in a retirement home and like time to take your meds. Two red bones kissing in the back seat.
They
No,
dug it and
we
they
got
like, like, oh, she's having another episode.
yeah, she's had it again. I wonder what mine would be.
Here's would be like dreams and nightmares.
Oh no.
Every person from Philly knows that whole song by heart. No one else does.
No,
We pretend we do. We mouth it like we're saying it in the club.
it's actually terrifying. If you go to like a Eagles tailgate, you'll just like
Right.
hear it being played and like you'll just hear chanting and like out of state like fans will just like turn around in fear because like they hear it surrounding them. They'll just hear, hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I
Y'all
was
thought I
finished.
was finished?
And it's just like
You're
green
the captain,
everywhere.
I'm lieutenant.
They're like, oh my God. And you are in
What's
danger. You're
happening?
absolutely in danger. They're Eagles fans. We're Philly fans. You're gonna get hurt. You're gonna get hurt. But
When you hear Go Birds and y'all thought I was finished, then you know you got to run.
bad things will happen to you. Dreams and nightmares.
It's mostly nightmares. There might
Mostly
be some
nightmares.
dreams.
My dreams are your nightmares. Just Philly
Oh my
girl stuff.
God.
Sorry.
You know what? Let's jump into the episode.
Please. All right. This episode is about Drizzy Drake. Real name Aubrey Drake Graham, born October 24th, 1986. To the embarrassment of Scorpios everywhere.
Yeah,
Why
you're
is
a
it called?
Scorpio.
I am a Scorpio. A lot of people don't think that I am, but I
But you're
am.
not because you're not scary. Like most Scorpios I know, they're scary. Like Trey. Like scary Scorpio.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think I'm like kind of a scary Scorpio once you meet me in person. I have a very unpleasant and unnerving like aura in person.
Yo, I'm an Aries, so I'm just like people are like, yo,
Evil twin,
relax.
evil twin, evil twin, evil
Right.
twin. But
There you
like in
go.
our group chat, I think you said every single person that has met me in person is just burst into tears. I just have that. They're like, yeah, I met up with Dee. She made me cry in a good way.
Yo, that's the scary
Anyway,
Scorpio coming out.
Drake was born in Toronto, Canada. We don't know why he's in America, but he's here.
Right.
Drake is the Mama White variety of biracial with a Black American father and a Jewish Canadian mother. They were married briefly until Drake was 5. Allegedly, Drake's father, Dennis, was not an active parent in his son's life until he was an adult, leaving him to be raised by his mom in Canada. But we're not sure if that was true or not. They said that Dennis was jailed in the US in Memphis on drug charges or an assault charge, but Drake said it was drug charges. We're not sure what drug it was. We're going to say it was crack, just
Eh,
because it
This
was your
is
daddy. And it
right.
always
This
comes
is
back to
We
crack.
Hate Your Baby Daddy, the podcast where everybody, your
Everybody's
baby
on crack.
daddy,
Your
her
baby
baby
daddy, my
daddy,
baby
her baby
daddy, future baby daddies, they may be on crack. So yeah,
daddy. They were probably on. Listen, girls, drug test your baby daddies. It's probably crack. If you're ever wondering why is my baby daddy acting like this, if you listen to this podcast, you know by now it's probably crack.
it's crack. Sorry.
Yo, cowards.
Y'all
That's
cowards.
no, that's the song that you think of actually. Not dreams and nightmares. It's Yo, cowards. Don't even smoke crack.
No, stop. They'll like put me on
What's up with
sedatives.
that?
Be like, what's up with that? They'll be like, what, miss? No cowards don't even
Don't
smoke
even smoke crack.
crack.
Yo, did you see? I'm sorry. I'll edit this out. But did you see they found a body in his house? Yeah,
Somebody died from the crack?
girl, Viper, I became obsessed after you told me about this. You know, like people
I thought so.
sometimes,
I thought he just kidnapped somebody.
bro. So I got like hyper fixated on this because I was like, ain't no way somebody really made a song called "You'll Cowards Don't Even Smoke." So I was looking into it. They After they arrested him for the kidnapping, they were searching his house. They found a body of like someone he was in a relationship with that I guess no one was ever checking for. Yes, girl, a dead body, and it had been there for a long time.
I hope
They
it,
haven't even brought
I mean,
charges
like,
against him on that.
what even is the like the best outcome of that? A crack overdose? I hope he didn't kill her.
I don't.
Technically, he
They
supplied the crack.
Well, I think they said they're not going to charge him because she died of like the coroner said it was like a I don't know a heart attack or something, probably from crack.
It
But
was the
they're
crack.
like,
I told you.
but they're not going to charge him. But I'm like, but the body was in his house. He didn't report it. So I'm like, I feel like that should be a charge. But I think they're like, he has enough problems. So
I mean, like he had a lot of things juggling. Like he was in the studio, and that body was just there. Because if you check on his Spotify, he has like 30,000 songs. He
bro,
was in the
I
studio.
saw.
There was a body
Who's
rotting
listening?
right.
Who's bumping to this new cowards? Don't even.
Maybe it was about her.
Yo, she was a cat.
He was like, "You coward."
He's like, you're the biggest
Like,
cat.
put her
He's
hand.
like,
Sorry,
you
sorry.
dead
R.I.P. 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 Oh,
R.I.P. Yes.
R.I.P. Sorry. Oh
Okay, I'm
God,
sorry.
I'm not gonna see heaven.
No, I'm not. I'm gonna be on the bus, probably in the passenger seat next to the driver to hell. Like,
He's gonna be like, now look to your left, please.
look to your left, look to your right. Say goodbye because you're going straight to
Oh my God.
hell.
Okay.
I'm sorry. So yes, Drake's dad. It was
So yeah,
probably listen, Memphis.
it was probably crack. It was Memphis. Memphis, Tennessee. It was probably crack. His dad was in the music scene back then. Most likely crack in the 80s.
Yeah.
So the big thing is with Drake. Drake's a big fat liar. So Dennis got really mad about Drake telling people. He's like, why the fuck are you going around telling people I wasn't in your life? First of all, that's racist. And second of all, why did you tell them that I was in jail because I had crack? I was your dad. I was there in your life. And Drake straight up told him, he was like, "Oh, sorry, dad. My label just told me to say that because it sells albums and to relate to
Are
the
you for
community
real?
that I'm selling them to." I'm
He's
dead ass.
so fucking embarrassing.
His dad got mad as hell. He was like, "Why the fuck would you say I'm a crackhead that left you because I'm your
Oh
black
my
dad?"
God.
He was like, "I was right there. You have me as like your album." That was so mean.
Drake is the worst.
Like, imagine being an active father. He's just like, "Oh, yeah, and my dad was on crack." And he
Daddy's
wasn't.
in jail on crack charges. Like, I can't even do Drake's flow. Listen, I've prepped in past episodes. Can't do it in this.
No.
Can't
So
do it.
before he was barely rapping and singing, we guess, he was a child star in Degrassi, and he got shot in that one episode, and that was the hoodest thing he ever did in his life. So he released some mixtapes. He got scooped up by Lil Wayne and Young Money, and now we have to deal with him in America instead of just in the borders of Canada.
See, he's the reason why we got to build the wall. We got to
Yeah,
keep people like Drake out of America. Build the wall,
I
and make
don't even
Canada
know
pay for
what Canada's not going to pay for it. They, God, I don't even want their maple money.
it. Right? Have you seen their money? It's all colorful. It's like pink and purple, and it's
Oh,
probably it's plastic, so
you
it probably
goofy
doesn't
ass
hold maple.
shit. That's not
It's
like
monopoly ass money.
imagine you bust your ass and you try to like show off your money and that's what you get. You get a paper cut from that, John, because for real. Our money's
Plastic
linen.
cut.
Yeah, like ow. So yeah,
Um,
Drake's a big fat liar. He also likes to lie in his past that he was like bullied, but a lot of people that went to school with him was like, no, he was the bully. He was very popular. He was a popular kid. He wasn't racially bullied. Like he was a
can you
cool
imagine
kid.
getting bullied by Drake in high school? Sorry, I would have
Like that
dog
fucking kid
walked Drake
sucked.
in high school.
But there was like a bunch of white Canadian kids. Like
Oh, good point.
it wasn't like
But
American school. They would have ate him alive.
I know, like, he would have opened his mouth. Would have been a done deal in America.
And he was like, "Oh, I
Uh,
struggled with it was just me and my mom." It wasn't like he had
it
help from his
wasn't.
dad. Not even that. I'm pretty sure his mom's parents like they owned like a couple factories up in Canada. Like he wasn't a struggle. He didn't struggle as much as he did. He said that so he could sell it to like Black Americans mostly. Like
That's
that
pathetic.
that's his shtick. That's his
Because he
shtick.
like grew up in the suburbs in Canada, basically, like outside of Toronto. I don't even think he like within Toronto. He's like on the outskirts, of the Great White North.
Oh yeah, yeah. He was
Talking
perfectly
about he's
fine.
from the hood, and that's why what I hate about Drake. And we're hating on him a lot. We haven't even gotten to him as a baby daddy yet, but I just want to add. I hate how he's like a culture vulture. On some of his albums, he'll do like Jamaican accents or British accents or like, why are you
Yeah,
doing
now
that?
he's champagne poppy now. You're not Dominican.
You're a white man from Canada. Relax.
Yeah, because like I don't even think like no.
It's like when you really
Actually,
boil it down.
we would love our we would love our Caribbean listeners to chime in on this,
Like,
please.
how do
All
you
of our
feel about
Caribbean
Drake
people.
saying,
Everybody from diaspora, actually. What the fuck is Drake? What is a Drake? Africans,
Aubrey,
African Americans. Who is
Aubrey
Aubrey
Graham?
Drake Graham?
Yeah.
He had a bar mitzvah. Like that's in his Wikipedia.
Sorry,
He had a bar mitzvah.
I didn't mean to laugh because he really did. Because he was his
I'm
mom's
dead ass
chick.
serious. Yeah, I was struggling from the hood. I had a bar mitzvah.
Yeah, you're struggling from the hood. Your daddy was in prison. He had a bar mitzvah. Like some of these things don't go together, Drake. Your story is not making any sense.
Like
You're
I'm
a
not.
liar.
I've never been to one. Is that do they hold the men on the chairs as well, or is that just the girls?
They do whoever they're celebrating. So at weddings, they do the couple. At the bar mitzvah, they hold up the person being bar mitzvah, bat mitzvah, same thing. I think.
Okay,
I
so
actually
he
I've
was
never
up
been
on
to
a
one either.
chair.
I don't
He
even
was
know
up on a
this.
chair. Yeah, yeah. No, he was up on a chair, so he was a big fat liar.
So one thing about Drake that's pretty disgusting is he publicly admitted that when he hooks up with women, he uses a condom, which great, great. Finally, one of our baby daddies finally takes prevention of pregnancy very seriously.
Thank you for that.
And he admitted that he fucking takes hot sauce and puts hot sauce in the used condom so the women can't, I guess.
You made a
So
spicy meatball.
he made a little spicy meatball named Adonis Mabed Graham, and he was born on October 11th, 2017. And his mom is this like French Canadian woman. Her name is Sophie Brousson. I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know. I'm just jazzing it up.
Yeah,
And
we gotta jazz it up. They're French.
right, Sophie Brousson. You know, bet you Drake speaks French. And there's nothing wrong with speaking French, but it's just something about him just bothers me so much. And I feel like that just adds
You can't struggle and speak French. You got to be Creole at least. He's
he
not
had a
speaking
bar
Creole.
mitzvah. He's
He's a
speaking
bar
French.
mitzvah.
The fuck? Because I
He's
don't
a
think
he's a French baby mama. You're not struggling.
I was just about to say, I've seen her posting on Instagram and all her captions all in French. So I'm like, there's no way they were hooking up and he's not speaking to her in French. Like, he's just such a fucking phony. Anyway, so the thing about Drake as a baby daddy that really grinds my gears is he kept the kid a secret, like, and for it was a long time that we didn't even know. The kid was born in 2017. We didn't really find out about it until like 2020 maybe or 2018. I don't even remember.
That's when 2018 is when he admitted that he had him. 2020 is when he
Right.
really started bringing him into like a public
Right.
image. That's when he
That's
was like,
right.
okay, my kid is physically here. But 2018 is when he like got dragged about it, so he had to admit it.
Yeah, that's right. Via song. So so he kept the kid a secret and he demanded two paternity tests, two, which one's good enough. So the fact that he asked for two, again, not a scientist, he thinks hot sauce prevents pregnancy. But he refused to claim the kid unless he had the two paternity tests. So obviously both of them, same result. And Drake is quoted as saying why he doubted that Adonis belonged to him. He said, he's a stunning child, with the brightest blue eyes. And at the time I was like, I don't know. Like, nigga, you're
That's so
white.
stupid. His
Sophie
mom,
Brosson is white. You're white. Like, that's a
Sophie,
white. You had a
wee
white
wee.
baby.
Like we're just doing the math, and that just like made me mad. It's like it's not even that. It's like he's not even like he's at least 75% white because his dad is African American. So if you
His,
add it up,
you gotta
that
do
baby's
the,
pretty goddamn white.
you gotta
That's a
do the
white
nigga math.
baby. That's
How
nigga man.
much, how much nigga are you?
Okay, I will do a mention to one of our listeners. I love her to death. She has a chart,
Yo,
a
yo.
mixed person chart that we like to go.
Literally, that was the funniest shit I have ever seen in my goddamn life. It was like the terms. What were the terms?
Okay, so so if you're a three if you're three parts black, one part white, you are a mongrel. If you're
Mongrel, like dog mongrel.
full on mongrel, that's where it came from. If you are half black and half white, you are a mulatto. If you are
What was the one? What was the one that sent me? It was
if you are like what is it? If you're a quarter white, you're a quadroon. Then it
right.
was octoroon. Then it was musty.
Musty is the one. It was like musty. It was like musty with two
Musty.
E's.
Yeah, it was a musty, and then I think it just kept going on, but it was like different versions of musty. It was like musty, dusty, and we were
Right,
like,
dusty with two E's. Oh, I was reading this like this
this was
cannot be
census
real life.
certified. It was census certified. I'm like, this isn't real. Like one of our listeners was like, oh, this is absolutely real. This is the South.
Yes, this was government sanctioned. These were what they would say you are. And so Adonis is like a musty, basically.
Yeah, he's got either an octoroon or a musty. We got to do the math. We got to do the math.
Gotta do the nigga math.
Yeah, we got to do the nigga math on this one. You got to carry the Caucasian here, put half a nigga here. Uh,
Divide by the Caucasus Mountain.
Divide by one blonde, add two blue eyes, and you get Adonis. Not that hard. Not that hard.
Right. So
I don't think he can say nigga. That's the equation.
you think he can? Adonis can? No, he could not.
No, no, he can't. He can't. I don't
Absolutely
think he
not.
can.
That would be
Not with that
completely
accent.
unacceptable.
Not with that
No,
accent. No.
no. Speaking French and
Niga?
shit.
No.
Nigra.
Mm-mm. No.
So a lot of people, didn't think that Drake fathered him because of how he looks. But like we just said, we did the nigga math, and the math is mathing. That you had a white kid. You are yourself a white kid, Drake. But anyway, so he accused his baby mother of using him to get into America But the woman genuinely did not do that. Like, I think she's just living her best life, minding her own business. She just wanted him to claim and support the child that he had with her. Like, so Sophie basically got as far away from him as she possibly could. She lives in France, and it's never seemed like she wanted to be bothered with Drake's annoying ass. Like,
Really doesn't.
I
Like
think
you
I've
never
only
see her be in his face, only for like pictures, and it's Adonis literally smashed in between them.
right. I was just gonna say that. I've seen like a handful of it.
She's not a
He's a
dicky
buffer.
under control. She's like, here you go. Okay.
He got
We
an
go to
Adonis buffer.
okay.
Oh, I don't know her personally, but apparently she's a very unpleasant person. So normally I'm like, on the side of the baby mothers, but apparently there's like a deleted tweet that she had where she said that she should be able to say the N word because she takes black D, barely black D, like half black,
Allegedly.
black.
Allegedly. I was like looking at it, I was like, Jesus.
So I'm
I'm
like, I
like,
cannot.
that's the English that you learned?
Right? You
It's
learned English to say that. Okay,
all the French
Chloe.
that you speak, and that's what you learned, bitch.
Okay, Chloe Kardashian, like relax on the black D.
Not Cloger.
They're so proud of it. They're always like, "Yeah, I love black D." Like, who cares? Who asked? Did you ask? I never asked, but I
It's
learned
gross.
because they're always announcing.
Yeah, you'll just be like out to lunch. It's just like, oh my God, the steak here is fantastic. I love a black
Also,
man.
I love a black man.
Can you pass the fucking salt? Like, I just got diagnosed with cancer, by the way. Thank you for bringing that up. Like, what are you talking about? You can't have a conversation with these women.
Literally, it's like, you call your friend and you're like, "Hey, I'm going through some tough times. Like, I have like a terminal illness." Oh, that's so sad. By the way, I love Black Dick. Like, that's my favorite thing. Like, what?
Yeah, they said it was terminal. I have 3 months to live. Oh, the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. Bitch.
Like, I didn't hear you mention Black Dick in this, so why do I care? You telling me about your cancer? That's
It's
sad.
literally
I
like
want to talk more about Black Dick.
you just see like a little thought bubble, and you just see the big. Oh,
I am dead at the show notes. Why did you write sacre bleu?
what did I put?
You put sacre bleu.
Oh, sorry.
I was like, Adonis, the
That was
daughter of an
drawing on me.
adorable kid who Drake seems to use as a prop. He does. Now that he
He
claims him, he
does.
does seem to use him as a prop. And he looks like a little French man that wants to be weighed in peace.
He does.
But when Drake has, because he puts cornrows in him, he gets his little pink scalp. It's like my dog. Like when you like part her hair, you see a little pink
Just like
little, little hot dog under that.
yeah, like when you like scratch it a little bit too much.
Right. And he has those fucking cornrows on that little French baby. He puts do rags on the baby.
You
And then
know,
he
it'd be
has
leaving like dents right there. A little light skin dent when you wear a bonnet too
where
long.
the side
Shit is
right
vicious.
ridiculous. And then he features him in his music, and he's like, the baby's like mumbling, and he's like, that's an album right there. He's mumbling in a French accent.
He is.
Weird. But can we please talk about Pusha T beef, please?
Okay.
Please. I need
Okay.
to, we
All
need to
right,
know about
now,
this. This is
and
important
we
for the baby daddy story.
and we may have never known about Adonis at all if it had never
If it was
been for
not for Pusha
Pusha
T.
T. Pusha T hates the shit out of Drake.
Who
He
doesn't?
just hates the hell out of him.
I think Drake
And
hates the hell out of Drake, let's be
yeah,
frank.
and he listed
Aubrey
pretty
Graham
good
hates
reasons.
Drake.
Yeah, I mean, Pusha T he gave some pretty good reasons.
Yeah.
In his diss track. So in May 2018, while Drake was full on rejecting his son and keeping him a street secret from the world, Pusha T released the story of Adidon, a diss track calling Drake out on being a deadbeat, a coward, and also posing in full on blackface, which was used as the song cover. His mama
And
is
I
white.
remember seeing
We
that,
emphasize.
And I saw that on the cover of the song, and I was like, is that Drake in fucking blackface? We gotta put that in the visuals because I saw that and I was just like, but Drake, aren't you like trying to be like, why are you in blackface? It was, I mean, there were layers to the problems of how deeply
What the hell was
problematic.
the context of that in Canada? Like,
Girl, I
y'all
would
wasn't
love
even
to
doing that
know.
shit up there.
They didn't have minstrel shows in fucking Canada. Like, you're just loud and weird and wrong, Aubrey. Like,
Okay. So Drake only claimed it on its after the diss track was dropped, which is hilarious because I wish we could hire just random rappers to just diss our baby daddies to just do right, which would be
yo,
hilarious.
ether all of our baby daddies.
I know that would be so fucking funny. Just send them like MP3s. They're like, what is this? Like me getting cussed out, and it's just like a beat drops. He really was.
I'm sorry. Um,
Okay, so
you're totally
Drake is
fine.
like a plant, so him doing anything like a real rapper isn't expected. So let's be for real. He didn't really even respond. He just kind of like went on a crying tour immediately afterwards. If you remember that like album in that time, he was just like boohooing on stage. So
And what was it called? It was something really corny. I can't remember the name of the album. I'm sorry, I'm not a Drake fan. Like, there's some songs like Controlla, I like the beat. Him rapping, he sucks, but I like the beat. Baby, I like it slow. And there's another song I like, bounce that shit like, whoa, bounce that shit like, whoa. You already know. You know that one? Those, okay, I can get behind that. But for the most part, not a Drake fan. But he had this really emotional album where he was just crying, talking about women. Like, oh, women only use me for my money. It's like, what else would they want with you, Drake?
that's what Common called him.
You didn't know about this,
And he also called him Canada Dry,
bro.
which is fucking hilarious. He was also mad about his publicity stunt relationship with Serena Williams because that was also his ex.
Right.
That beef was squashed. I just thought that that was hilarious. That was like a
No,
singing
bro, if
nigga.
somebody calls me Canada Dry, that's the end of my career. I will never leave my house again. Canada Dry, bro.
A la 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 Frank Sinatra ass nigga.
Ass
I would
nigga.
bury my head in the sand.
Canada Dry. I mean, that's personal. Like, you're getting very personal. I can't leave my house again. It's done. I'm sorry. Please continue, please.
Next was Tyga. Tyga and Drake fought over barely legal Kylie Jenner. They both love minors. This we know.
Disgusting.
They squashed this as they found common ground in loving minors. So
Disgusting.
yeah.
Horrible.
This is hilarious. Diddy laid hands on Drake
That's right. Over
over Cassie,
Cassie. Yeah.
and we're not sure if this was violence or something else,
Right. Knowing what we
considering
now
the
know about
background
Diddy.
of these two
Hmm.
men and Cassie's recent lawsuit. So was he swallowed at the free
Well,
call? No solid sources on this, but with Drake and Diddy's past and the rumors surrounding them, someone got swallowed up.
why did he call it that? That's so disgusting. Yo, we got to do a Diddy episode at some point because
That's why I go to Catholic church. Like, I'm sorry.
you've
Sorry,
never been
guys.
so holiday.
That would be like,
They
all
don't
right,
do that at
kids.
Catholic churches.
I'd be like, all right, kids, we're getting up. This is exactly why we're.
Yo, I'm sorry. Please
Anyway,
continue. Please continue. Vegan beats.
he vegan beef with Chris Brown and Rihanna. This was vegan beef. They made a song together about this beef, which is the most light skinned fucking thing I have ever heard in my life. That's
What
how
was
they
the
squashed their beef.
song?
They defeated their beef with the power of friendship.
What was the song? I don't think
I gotta look it up. I was so mad. I exited
you
like
glossed
when I
over.
was
You're like,
reaching.
I can't.
I closed the tab. I was like, this is way too light skin. Like I was like, this like might actually like bleach my skin if I look at it longer. Like I was like, oh my god. Like yeah,
No,
I had to like
dude.
exit out. Like
You
I'll
know,
blink
like
and my eyes will be hazel if I look at this longer. So like I had to like no.
Did you know like people DM'd us about the Chris Brown episode? Like, why y'all hating on Chris Brown? He doesn't bother anybody. I'm like,
Oh yeah, I
he doesn't
saw it and I
bother
just
anybody.
minded my business. I'm like, okay, well, how about you get in a cage fight with Chris Brown and we see what
Right.
happens. I
Get in a
like to
cage
see
fight
it.
with Chris Brown. This is hair. Tell me you don't like his hair. See what happens to you. He will put hands on
Oh yeah, we're giving him a crack power up. We're giving him
you.
one hit of a pipe and we're giving you nothing. So
He's
let's
like
see.
Super
Three
Mario with the
rounds with
mushroom.
Chris Brown. And you know how long that nigga's arms is. He's got reach. You can't fight him. He's gonna scope your scenery out.
He's gonna scope the scenery out all over your face. Yo, um,
He bites
about
people, bitch. That man's a chimp.
remember when so when we posted the Chris Brown episode or when I uploaded it on Spotify, it didn't post right away. And we were like trying to figure out like what happened. We're
Oh
like Chris
shit.
Brown's at Spotify HQ punching women like that's all he
He's punching women and breaking phones. I was actually kind of scared when Bree said that. I'm like, does Chris Brown know my
does.
location?
Does
Is
he
he about to
know where
climb
I
through my
live?
window and break my phone? Is he about to shove this fucking microphone up my ass?
I'm so
He would.
you would. It's Chris Brown. I'm so scared. I have to really, I'm gonna look up the song that we had because I want to know what song it was.
I
But
don't
please
want
continue.
to.
The vegan beats, please. Come on.
And the last vegan beef that was like notable in the music industry was with Meek Mill. Meek was mad about ghostwriters or whatever, but like Meek's like barely literate. So I wasn't sure what he was mad about. Like I was like
I
reading what he
remember
was
that.
like trying to say, and it's really hard to tell what he was upset about. But Nicki was also there, so we're not sure what happened. Meek was
Right.
mad, Drake was there, Nicki was in the middle. It was squashed.
I remember he was like, these fake rap niggas out here using ghostwriters don't even write their own raps. And Drake was like, I think he came out and was like, yeah, I use ghostwriters. I'm not a rapper. I was on Degrassi or something. I don't remember. I'm paraphrasing, but
Yeah, it's just like I don't think that Meek needs like a ghostwriter, but he definitely needs like a proofreader before he
Meek needs a
tweets or
fucking
says anything.
handler.
That he embodies Philly's spirit
He really does. Dreams and nightmares.
and nightmares. But yeah, his
Mostly
nightmare
the
was
nightmares.
Drake.
His name.
Was Drake at one point, so he was really upset about that. And it was a one-sided beef. I don't think Drake even understood what he
Yeah,
was
right.
upset about. That's
He's like, why are
like
you mad at me? Stop
he was just
yelling.
tweeting at him. He was just tweeting at him, and Drake was probably like squinting, like ghostwriters. Those are
Me.
co-writers. Like no, what? Yeah, like no, like he had to break down from like no, Meek, we have to go on hooked on phonics. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was just like that was a headache to read. The Chris Brown was way too light skinned and the Meek Mill gave me a headache. So thank you for
But they squashed it,
making me
right?
research that on the show. That was a pain.
Yo, so we gotta talk about Drake's like weird taste in I want to say women, but some of them are girls. It's bad. We're gonna get into this. So Drake's actual like real dating history is hard to find because his like real personal life is like he keeps it private and his public life, like he had that fake relationship with Serena Williams, for example, like publicity stunts. And so he he basically so he will date women to like push his image. When he was dating Serena Williams, he like started hitting the gym so he could look buff because she's a professional athlete. He wanted to look like he
And
could
we
be
have
with
something to say
her.
about his buffness. Overnight buffness.
Right. Oh yes, we will get to some things that we have heard allegedly about Drake's overnight changes to his body. But anywho, so he raps about like, bad bitches and whoever he associates with in public. But it's a huge contrast between like who he has knocked up, for example, like his baby mama, Sophie. Like Sophie, I think she was like a porn star or something, right? I mean, listen,
Oh
this
Jesus,
is
he
all shit we
was.
heard in the streets. I'm pretty sure that's her background. She was a porn star, and then I guess she
Yikes.
retired, and now she's Drake's baby mom, right? Like, I mean,
I
I don't
gotta
know
look
much
that
about her.
up.
She's French, whatever. But yeah, look it up because I mean, there's not much to really know, but you see, he talks about, the bad bitches in the
Oh, I
club
will say
and
that's another part about his personal life. Like, if you get involved with Drake a little bit too close to him, he'll wipe your slate clean. That's why it was really hard to find a lot of stuff about Sophie. Like, unless you were there in 2018 and you knew about this, it's really hard to get
hmm
a lot of shit about Sophie because after
exactly.
he actually acknowledged her and the kid, you didn't, yeah, you couldn't find anything
Right.
about that woman.
She just like went into hiding basically, which if I was Drake's baby mama, same.
They said her
But
profession
anyway,
is a painter. Painting what?
mm, I was about to say something so nasty and I'm glad I stopped myself. But anyway, I'm sorry. So so Drake has never had a real actual public relationship. It's always these fake industry, relationships. And so there's a lot of rumors out there, about his sexuality and like who he would really prefer to be with. And there are probably people that, wouldn't push his image and generate album sales for him. Basically, he has that Chris Brown syndrome where the female fans like that worship him, they don't reflect his true preferences. Like people who have been in his circle have called him a big fat slut.
They've called him a slut. Yeah, he's a big
Big
fat slut.
old fat slut, but he keeps it under wraps. Like you will never really know who is Drake hitting. You don't know. Like we never knew about Sophie. He never was out in public with her. Typical Scorpio man.
Yeah, very low
So,
key.
so Drake has shown some like weird ass, problematic ass behavior towards like young girls. With the most notorious and widely known being Millie Bobby Brown, the girl from Stranger Things. I think her name was 11 on there. And we only know about this because I'm pretty sure she like posted the messages because she was like, "Why is Drake in my DMs?" And we were like, "Yeah, why is Drake in your DMs?" She's 14, 14-year-old girl. And he was like trying to groom her, talking about asking her about boys she likes and sending her gifts and it was like, "You're grooming her." And then this came out. No one ever talks about it now. Like people forgot. He was also hitting on Billie Eilish when she was underage. Billie Eilish and Millie Bobby Brown, like both young white girls
And
who
they both weren't kind of into it. They were both like, "Oh,
they're
Drake's
both like, what the
texting
fuck?
me," but they were like,
And
"Oh, Drake's texting me."
right, like yeah. And so these aren't girls that you would see him out with in public. Obviously, he's not
And there's
gonna
definitely not the girls
publicly
he features in his videos or his
right the
songs.
baddies. Like he had that one video that was all just like models and like industry women, and he's all like, "It was nice for what? Nice for what?" And I was like, but you're trying to talk to kids. And it's just very sus behavior. A grown ass man in Hollywood, like getting close to kids, young girls. And there's apparently like what is it, footage of like him roping and kissing on like a 17-year-old who it was a fan, right? She went on stage, I think, and
Yep.
she said, "I'm 17," and he's still like all over her. It's disgusting. And it's not the first, second, third, or last time that he has done that. Like if you look up like Drake pedophile, basically, you can see there's other like accusations. Like he's a fucking certified creep. He doesn't talk to women his age unless it's to promote his like career. And he's not beating the gay or bi allegations because it's not like it's not hurting anybody if he is gay or bi. Like that's not important. It's just that it's out there. People are wondering.
But
Um,
also he's like made like other guys in the industry that's worked with him. Like they're not just like, "Oh, Drake, little little sweet." They're like, "Drake makes me very uncomfortable." So
right,
I don't know.
exactly.
Like nobody's like, "Oh, like remember before Frank Ocean came out or Tyler the
Yeah, that's
Creator?" They're just
right.
like, "Oh yeah, he's kind of sweet." They didn't like make a
Right.
big deal about it. They weren't like, "I don't want to be alone," like they were with Diddy or Drake.
But Drake like claims to be straight, so I don't know, claim like Diddy probably also claims to be straight. A lot of these industry guys claim to be straight. Trademark, the little TM straight with an asterisk.
I mean, that's not my business, but like, don't be
Right.
weird about it.
It's just fucking
Don't lie
weird.
to us.
Right. Come on out the closet. Like Blueface, come on out, baby. It's 2024. Like,
We're
who's
here.
gonna
I
judge
mean,
you?
like, don't come close. We're scared.
Right.
Like, you'll
Keep
hit your
arm's
probably
length.
arm's length, but it's safe. We're not gonna hurt you. You might hurt us. We're not gonna hurt you.
I'm so dead. Can we talk about these BBL allegations?
The BBL. That's literally like the caption in our notes. It's just the
The show notes
BBL.
the BBL, which for people who aren't in the know, BBL means Brazilian butt lift. It's a surgery that like the Kardashians are known for. They get the fat transfer basically from other parts of their body into the butt to make it look bigger. So
It's
there-
a
there's some allegations out here.
that Drake got the fat transferred. Okay, so let's I have had experience seeing women with BBL scars. They're unmistakable. They're like two little slot holes right here and right here. You can't miss them. They're right there. They're very hard to cover up, especially if you have melanin scars turn a certain shade. They can't really be hidden. Apparently, a famous rapper, a stallion, if we
An
will say,
actual rapper. Yeah.
an
A
actual
stallion
rapper,
of a rapper,
stallion,
should we say.
Yeehaw, has said, this man has had the same scars, and I'm telling you, these scars are extremely distinct. You can't say that this is like a certain, like for anything else.
He had posted a picture of himself like in a towel, and people zoomed in on it. They're like, "Great, you get ab etching." Like, listen. I've had a lot of plastic surgery in my life, and I did have ab etching. So I mean, but my surgeon was very good. I mean, you could never tell. But I looked at that picture. His surgeon went a little too hard. I think he probably went to like the DR or something because you can
They
see
look
it.
like it's like lumps. It's like a 12
Right.
pack of Hawaiian rolls
It was not.
slipped under his stomach, lightly
It was
toasted.
not good work, and I'm sorry. This show. He's friends with famous BBL battler Dr. Jones.
Yeah, Dr. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, he's a
BBL
famous
battler
BBL.
sent me.
The Battle of the BBLs too, Electric
Battle of-
Boogaloo.
Yo, so when I heard Megan Thee Stallion, her new song His, like, so he dissed her first in a track talking about, he had some sneak diss talking about her. He claimed she lied about being shot, which is the dumbest thing. We know she got shot. We saw the video.
That made
We're
my
just
smile
mad.
automatically drop. I hate him.
I hate Tory Lanez. I hate, and he's Canadian too. And I'm like, why didn't they deport him
Probably
after
why.
that? It's a Canadian nigga thing. So he had this little sneak diss about her. So in her song, she kind of comes back at him and mentions, like, how are you gonna come for me when you have a BBL, basically? And Drake's been quiet ever since. Like, I haven't heard a peep from him.
He's got a goddamn BBL. Because you know what? We've only seen pictures of him from the front now. He won't turn around.
Bro, you're showing us. He's hiding a big fat BBL ass under OVO. OVO and XO.
Yes.
He said he's got a 12 count back Hawaiian rolls on it. I was not expecting this.
Sorry, guys.
It does look like that. It does look like a. Listen, Google Drake apps. Look at those apps. That's not real. It's weird.
And
What
not
I
even
think.
that, you can tell because like when you get a BBL or any of those type of like fat transfer surgeries, you have to bulk up. And Drake was getting fat as hell for a minute. We're like, why is Drake getting so
I
fat?
do remember that. I do.
Like, how is Drake getting so fat? And then he just popped up and he was all etched and sketched, and we're like, oh, that nigga he got nip tucked in the
He
Dominican
got nipped
Republic.
and tucked. And not to body shame. Like, listen, I'm not a
No, we
body
body
shamer.
shaming.
We
Talk
do.
about somebody's foot getting shot. Fuck
I
him
can't.
and his big ass.
I can't sit here and lie. Well, I tried to, but
That
No, we
nigga
are
got
body
better hips
shamers.
than me,
He
and I
probably
got a
has
big
had more
ass.
work. He probably has had more work done than I have.
His
So
ass claps when he walks.
oh, so to kind of like bring it home, bring it full circle about his baby mama. Like, listen, I mean, you know how in some episodes we talk about like which baby mama would we rather be. We only know of the one. Um, I wouldn't want to be her. She seems weird. She's obsessed with the BBD. What do they call it? BBC
Oh yeah, because we
in
don't
the porn.
really like who nobody nobody normal thinks about that. Okay,
No
like
one does. No one
nobody normal
tweets.
thinks about.
No one goes on Twitter and
No,
says, I should say nigga because I take black D. Like, that's not a normal
if we have black male
thought.
listeners, can y'all like chime in? Why the fuck do y'all tolerate that? If somebody was like,
I
I
love
want that big
it.
black pussy, I would vomit on them.
Oh, I feel like you said, what about my what? But
Or when
they
they're like,
just,
oh, you're so curvaceous. Look at that chocolate body. I'll be
oh
like,
God. Um, so, but the
what
fact that
those are.
the fact that she basically went into hiding, it's like I said earlier, like if I was Drake's baby mama, I mean, there's an element of shame to that. You let Drake hit, and you have evidence of that. I'm sorry.
You had Drake ashamed to claim you. I would never live that down.
Bro, yo,
Drake didn't
like,
want to claim me or my child. I would make his life a living hell.
oh, on God, like, just on off principle, like, it's Aubrey Graham, Aubrey Drake
He
Graham
thinks
didn't
too
want to
much
claim
of
you.
himself. Like
Oh, he thinks he
everybody in
is
the
the
industry
shit.
fucking clowns you.
You know what? Let's fucking tag him in this episode. Like, I want
He'll
to have
look
a
at
rap
it.
beef with Drake
He's a
and
fucking
talk about his
Scorpio.
BBL.
He'll look at it. He's gonna look at it. He's not gonna
He
respond,
probably
but he'll
Googles
see about.
himself. He'll
He
see it.
does.
He'll
He's
be
a
like,
Scorpio man. I know how Scorpios work. We're gonna look at it. We're gonna like seethe about it for like a day. Like his friends are gonna be like, "Why are you mad?" Nothing.
"Nothing. These two black bitches on Spotify talking about my surgery."
Yo, can you imagine? Like, I want to circle back. He lied about his own black daddy slinging crack just to sell albums. That's so dark.
It's bleak.
His poor dad. Like, imagine being like the one black dad in the '80s that wasn't slinging crack
And your son's
and
gonna
taking
lie
care of
on
the
you.
child and married the mom, and you were there, and the kid gets famous and makes an album about how you were. I would be pissed.
Oh, fear. I'd be like, I'm disowning you, literally. You cannot lie on me. But now I have to get talked about on the podcast where they're talking about baby daddies and crack all the time. You did this to me, Drake. You're not my son anymore.
He literally told Drake, he was like, say that was a lie. Like, what the fuck? Everybody was doing the opposite back then. I did the right thing, you asshole.
Yo, I cannot stand Drake. Can we please give him a rating, please?
Okay. Ratings on the scale. The one is the hot sauce condom, and a five is a BBL scar. I'm gonna go with a BBL scar
Yeah. He's
because a
never been
BBL
that
scar on a man
allegation.
is insane.
It's
Hot sauce condom,
nasty work.
hot sauce condom. It's hot. It's red. It's in the trash can. You can avoid that. You're like, all right, this is a warning. We're not doing this. It smells spicy in here. I did what I had to do. I'm leaving.
Tabasco ass bitch. Like the
Yeah,
fact that
like
he
yo,
announced it publicly, like he
he
thought
looks
people
like
were
he
gonna
would
be like,
use like
yeah,
Texas Pete. He wouldn't even use Tabasco. He would use like Texas Pete or something, or like
Cholula.
Cristal or Crystal or something. Yeah,
He publicly admitted it, like he thought people were gonna back him up and be like, "Yeah, that's real smart, Drake." Pouring hot sauce in the condom. People were just like, "You Texas Pete ass nigga, get the fuck
hot sauce ain't going to stop a real hoe.
out."
They
Clearly,
actually like to
Sophie.
burn. Yeah,
Yo. So with that being said,
BBL scars.
he is he is a BBL scars out of 5.
I'm sorry, I'm just like imagining a man with like BBL scars. Like imagine like he like takes his pants off and he like imagine
Bro.
like like a guy like like when he gets up from the bed and like walks away. Like imagine like how like BBL butts like
Right?
kind of swing a little bit. Like they start like swinging when
Side
he's
to
walking.
side. It's not a
You're like
natural jiggle. It's more of a
it just goes like that's exactly how like BBL butts like it's cute like when it's done right. But just imagine like
it's
him going
living,
boom
yeah.
boom 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 and you're like
That's why they call it the Brazilian butt lift, because you see that in Brazil. Everybody down there basically has one.
that's
But
a
when
Dominican butt lift. He probably got
that's
if
when you think
Megan noticed.
and made a
Megan
little tiny clap back at him that he fully deserved. So, and that's our episode, guys. I mean, that's Drake.
fuck Drake.
He never.
He is a disgrace to light skins, to Canadians, to fucking Scorpios, to people born in October, to Jewish people by default, I guess, if you guys want to claim them.
Oh my God, the whole Degrassi cast, like the Toronto
Thank God he
Raptors.
got shot.
We gotta post that footage on
To
of his
black,
character
to
getting
kind of
shot on
black people.
Degrassi.
You don't got to do this. Wait, no, he actually didn't even try to calm
Yeah,
him down. He pissed him off
he
more
did.
in the episode. Like he had the gun pointing at him and he pissed him off more. And that's why he got shot. So I think he even deserved it in
Well
that episode.
deserved. Well deserved. Um,
All right, guys. Sorry
so
about that.
cool tangent. So, I have mentioned this, I think, before, but we have t-shirts, guys. Like these shirts, they're so cute. They're black. They got our pink logo on it, designed by the boyfriend of the show. They're very nice shirts. I actually ordered, and I'm like, is this weird to be like ordering my own merch? But I'm very excited to get this shirt. I mean, they're very cute,
I'm
and
gonna get mine.
right, like they're very. I cannot wait to wear our faces on myself. So we have our tote bags still. Very cute bags. A bunch of people have gotten them and been like sending us pictures. Very cute. Sending those. But if you could like, leave us a review if you're like on a platform like Spotify listening to this or Apple, especially Apple. We need to get our reviews up on Apple. Leave a 5 star. Just click the 5 little stars. You made it all the way through this. Click the 5 stars. We love to get your feedback, answer the Q&A. We always have a poll. Our polls are kind of ratchet sometimes. Like in the last one, like is Chris Brown on Cracker Meth, and people are like really voting, like it's getting contentious. But people think it is crack. It's crack. Um,
It's crack.
it's
I
always
voted
crack.
meth. I voted meth. I wanted to just mix it up a little bit.
Just to mix it up, add a
To
little
mix it up
spice.
a little bit of ice in the spice.
And so, where can they follow us on the socials?
You can follow us on WHY Baby Daddy Pod on X, Instagram, our most frequent one, TikTok, Facebook, and now we are also on YouTube. So check us out there.
Yes, ma'am. All right, guys. We're on the flip side. Bye.
Bye bye.